This week we're back with Ian France, the established photographer and newly born CGI artist. So Ian, we're doing this new little feature we've been doing with some of the guests where we're doing quick fire questions. We're going to give you a minute per question to answer, and I'm not going to tell you what they are ahead of time. I'll just ask you the question. Mitch will hit the 1 minute timer and you've got a minute to answer that. Just to try and give people a good nugget of value in a short amount of time. Okay, so question number one. Are you ready on the time?
I'm ready. We're all ready to go.
Ready? Point finger ready, Mitch.
So, okay.
Okay. What advice will you give to someone looking to start in CGI? Go.
You don't just use stock library 3D models. You've got to learn everything from the ground up and then decide where you want to take it. So you've got to learn about 3D models, 3D textures, set builds, lighting, all of that. Otherwise, you're just compiling stuff together. And that's you're going to end up in a situation where a client says, can you change this like this? And you go, I don't know how to do that.
Because it's a template, essentially.
Because it's a template or it's a 3D model. It's just like, you know, it's like essentially like a photographer just throwing stock photography out there all the time because you don't actually know how to do it.
Right.
You've got to learn everything from the ground up and then decide where you want to specialise, whether that be modelling or texture or, you know, animation or whatever.
Right.
But you've got to learn the grassroots.
Okay, so there is like specializations within CGI, like you're talking about.
Yeah, particularly in you get like the pipeline for movies and stuff. So you'll have like a modeler, hard body, hard ops, soft body modelling, different stages of animation.
And there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry, cut you off. No, awesome.
That was
awesome.
2 questions.
Yeah, it kind of was. Yeah, because I didn't know that. I was like, oh, what? There's like you can specialise in textures.
Yeah. So you'll have like a guy that just does hair. Or just like specialising in hair. So the whole studio, you might have like 50 guys in a room and they're all doing different sequences. And then it gets to the end and you'll have a guy that just a compositor at the end. Right. So he'll bring together all the different layers into the composite.
Wow,
so different things. So you'll have guys that
so
specialise in
it's great.
Yeah, specialise in fire animations and water and different software does different things. You can't all do it all in.
Nice. Okay, let's get to question 2.
Ready.
Okay, how did you initially learn CGI and what resources do you recommend for beginners?
Beginners, so Blender is a free program.
Oh, is it?
So that's free open source software, so you don't have to pay. And then YouTube channels, Blender Guru. Everyone does the donut. They make this donut to start with. That's
I feel like I've heard about that. Yeah.
Blender donut. So so Blender Guru is an Australian guy, Andrew Price, lovely guy. And then there's loads of different, and then you'll find your niche into where you want to go into different things. So some people are into like, you know, sci-fi stuff or hard modelling. Other people want to make more kind of anime kind of stuff. So it's
cool,
it's different.
I've got a question for you. This is
quickly.
Yeah. Do you know when you see like raw video taken and then they've put some CGI into it? Is that what you can kind of use in Blender kind of thing? For instance?
Like mixed reality.
Yeah.
Is that kind of?
Yeah. There's so you'll have like kind of green screen stuff and options to do that. I'll send you a link to a guy that does some really cool.
Thanks.
And that's it.
Thank you. I always like the idea of that, and I actually had a client that reached out and said, "I want to do that." I was like, "I haven't got a clue."
You essentially so if you've got a camera in real life, you can map the camera to that one using. Have you ever seen they use the dots on the suits?
Yes, yeah.
Same. Yeah, so you can that motion matches the camera.
I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen it's a North Face advert where it's Big Ben and they put a jacket over Big Ben?
Yeah.
Have you seen that? Is that kind of
that might all be CGI, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Could be.
You could literally have but that's, you watch the VFX breakdowns and you see
everything's not
how
real.
It's done. The best is obviously when you can't. It's in plain sight. It's there, but you can't see it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the Mission Top Gun Maverick was a recent one that somebody did a YouTube breakdown of.
No way.
And it was showing you, and they're so subtle. They're so good.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So cool.
Next question. What are the most important skills for success in your industry of CGI, that is, in your opinion?
Photography, I think.
Yeah, because we mentioned that
because,
previous episode.
You know, it's cameras, lighting. You've got to learn to be a photographer first before you can, because you could have the greatest model in the world or the greatest room set. You put the wrong angle on it, the wrong lens or the wrong light, whatever, It's going to look shit.
Yeah,
So so it's still it's elements of photography. You still have depth of field. You still have focal length. All those different elements,
Learning
and then all
composition
different.
and things like
Everything is. So I kind of have a head start.
Yeah, you had the head start. Yeah,
but yeah, learn, be a photographer.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, that was great. It's all right if we run short.
Yeah.
We've just done even better. What would be a common misconception about CGI that you could maybe debunk or talk about?
That it's AI.
Yeah.
So people see what I do and they go, "Oh yeah, AI, that's clever," and it's not. It's worlds apart.
Yeah. I think there's a...
I spent 3 weeks making this thing. Man. It's like didn't just type into the computer.
Some prompts.
So
and I see that more and more.
That's a common thing is that people think CGI is AI.
Because it's got I in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Okay,
No.
Yeah, I'm seeing that more and more myself, where people create something and it was a photographer and it's this really abstract photography, great, and people go, oh yeah, AI is great, and they're like, no, this is practical, setups, we're on a beach with these people and these objects in the sea, and yeah, it's crazy. Okay, cool.
People gonna know the difference.
Yeah, Jesus. What is real anymore? Okay, next question. How do you approach building a portfolio as in CGI when you're new?
So you got to start with the end in mind, right? You've got to have a business plan. Do you remember those?
Yeah. Business plan.
You got to have an objective to what you want to do with this portfolio. It's no good going and creating, a load of VFX if you want to work in the interior design industry.
Yeah.
You've got to be. It's got to be relevant and it's got to be focused. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to pigeonhole yourself. You can have more than one portfolio, but just kind of showcase those different elements of. So when I started, I wanted to be.
Look at the clock.
Just focused on interiors and products work, so with the lean towards advertising stuff. So those kind of 3 elements, and that's how I built my portfolio. So start with the end in mind.
Love it. Start with the end in mind. Yeah, because it's like GPS, right? You got to put your GPS endpoint into know where you're going.
That's good.
I like that. Was pretty good, that, wasn't it?
Write that one down.
Down.
I'm not recording it or anything like that.
Take notes. Yeah. What are some key industry trends or developments that aspiring CG artists should be aware of?
I don't follow trends, man.
Yeah, there we go.
You make them.
Yeah, there we go. We'll call that. That is quite a difficult question. Ian doesn't follow trends, he creates them.
No.
That could be a new tagline. We discussed this a little bit in our previous episode, which you can catch up here, by the way. But how do you handle creative blocks or periods of self-doubt in your CGI journey?
So I've been doing this a long time, right? And that creative ebb and flow has always been there, whether it be photography or CG or whatever, right? And you just got to let it pass, right? This too shall pass. Back to the Stoics, right?
Yeah.
And it will, because you can't be inspired all the time. Annie Leibovitz interviewed, I don't remember who it was, but she said she was with an artist and she asked her the same question.
Yeah.
And she said, I just sit on my bed and wait.
There you go, Mitch. Next time, I'm just off to bed. What are you doing? I'm waiting.
Mate, I love that. Just because the more you try and force it,
it
won't work. You've got to sit and wait to be inspired.
There we go. Bang on a minute. Oh, that was bang on. Yeah. And that's something I say to anything like that where you're struggling. Is like, it's temporary.
Yeah.
Right? But even the good times are temporary too.
Just
Just remember this too shall pass. All of it, good and bad. Cool, nice one. This is a good one. Can you share a memorable aha moment in your early days of getting into CGI? Like something where you go, oh, like one of those moments. You probably had a few, right?
Okay, so the biggest kind of eureka moment for me was that this stuff has been around for years and years and years, like 10, 15 years. And you look at the IKEA catalogue and it's like 80% CGI.
Right.
And I'm like, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I'm like,
but now you spot it everywhere.
And but I didn't, it's so good. I didn't even know, so that moment was that it's got so many avenues business-wise. You can take it kind of anywhere, and it's been around a long time. I wish I'd found it 10 years ago, you know, but it's just
hindsight, eh?
But lockdown was a blessing in disguise, if you like.
Yeah, cool. No, wicked. Question number 9, Ian France. What's one piece of advice you wish you had received when you were starting out in CGI? Or even maybe business, whatever you want to answer that one on.
I think we'd be to stay in your lane, you know, not get too distracted by stay on target, you know, in the Star Wars Gold Leader. Stay on target, and because it's really easy to get distracted by a green screen project or a smoke simulation or whatever, when you should be focused on, you know, what you're trying to achieve with your portfolio.
Do you think that comes from procrastination? You like procrastinate on one thing? Maybe I'll get some interest.
This is fun.
Yeah. That's
and it with no value really to the business. So so kind of stay in your lane.
Yeah, cool. No, that's good. How important is networking in the CGI industry? You know, what tips do you have for people, you know, connecting with others in what you do in your field? You know, do you think that's important, or can you just solo it?
I've always been quite maverick about entire business. I never really want to rely on networking with other people. I go out and make my own kind of way in the world. And we've all got mates in the industry. But I've never really been one to go to networking events and stuff like that. So yeah, I've always been. You share stuff online and you just get bombarded with, like, particularly LinkedIn. It's like, share stuff and you get 300 friends requests from other CGI artists. I don't hang out with CGI artists.
Right, yeah.
I hang out with clients.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Yeah.
Someone said that about in regards to the Instagram or following people. Yeah. Follow your client, not other people that you want to. You want inspiration from them, but your end goal is the client, isn't it?
I've had a situation where clients of other CGI artists have tried to poach clients from LinkedIn as well. So you've got to be careful.
Sneaky buggers.
Buggers.
Right, on the last one.
Bosh.
That was it.
Ask me some more.
No, that's it. That's it. You're done. He's in the
got. That's all you got.
Yeah, that's it. Cheers, mate. I love these episodes. Like I said before, like, it's a good way of us getting some really to the point without waffling on for 5 minutes. When we all know you could probably sometimes answer some, like when you send me voice notes. It's like 2-minute voice note could have been 10 seconds. So thanks, Ian, for coming in. Appreciate you, and hopefully you guys found that valuable. Something a little bit different, but still in the creative industries. If you like this episode, give it a like. If you don't subscribe already, make sure you do, and we'll see you next week.